Strategic thinking about cognitive and metacognitive concept involves understanding that cognitive strategies are the how-to of learning, example, note-taking, grouping, while metacognitive strategies are about thinking to manage the learning process, example, planning, monitoring, and evaluating one's own learning. Cognitive strategies, techniques for directly manipulating information to enhance learning, retention, and recall. Example, rehearsal, repeating information, elaboration, linking new information to prior knowledge, organization, grouping or structuring information, note-taking, recording key information. Metacognitive strategies. Higher order strategies that involve planning, monitoring, and evaluating one's own learning process. They help learners manage their own learning and develop self-regulation. Example, planning, deciding what to do and how to approach a task. Monitoring, keeping track of progress and understanding during the learning process. Evaluating, assessing the effectiveness of a strategy and the final outcome. Connecting the two. Strategic thinking is the deliberate and intentional use of both cognitive and metacognitive strategies to achieve a learning goal. Strategic thinking means using both cognitive thinking and metacognitive thinking about your thinking. Strategies on purpose to reach a goal. Cognitive strategies help you learn, like summarizing, organizing ideas, or making connection. Metacognitive strategies help you monitor your learning, like checking if you understand or adjusting your method. When you get confused. Example, a student studying for a math test uses cognitive strategies by practicing sample problems. At the same time, she uses metacognitive strategies by asking herself, do I really understand this formula? And deciding to review it again if not. Active learning. Successful learners are active, goal-directed, and take personal responsibility for their learning. Active learning means that learners participate fully in the learning process instead of just listening or memorizing. They set goals, ask questions, practice skills, and take responsibility for understanding the lesson. Example, a student learning English doesn't just listen to the teacher. She practices speaking with classmates, reviews vocabulary at home, and set goals to learn 5 new words each day. This shows she active, goal-directed, and responsible for her own learning. Problem-solving cycle. This involves analyzing a problem, planning an approach, executing the plan, and evaluating the result to adjust the strategy if needed. The problem-solving cycle is a step-by-step process used to find solution. It includes analyzing the problem, planning a way to solve it, executing the plan, and evaluating the result to improve if necessary. Example, a student struggled with low quiz score. She analyzed the problem and realized she doesn't review enough. She plans to study 30 minutes daily, execute the plan for a week, and then evaluates by checking her next quiz score. If it doesn't improve, she adjusts by joining a group study. Teacher's role. Educators can help students develop these skills by focusing on metacognitive strategies, which can enhance students' learning outcomes and personal responsibility. Teachers play an important role in helping students become aware of how they learn. By teaching metacognitive strategies like planning, monitoring, and evaluating their learning, teacher helps students take responsibility for their own progress and improve their results. Example, a teacher asks students to reflect after a test. What study method worked best for you? What will you do differently next time? This helps students think about their learning process and make their better choice in the future.